Well, welcome back to the creative power of Genesis in today's world. And today is day 5, and we're exploring one of the most foundational principles that God built into the universe, a principle that shapes nature, time, creativity, and spiritual life. It's the principle of rhythm. Genesis says that God established days and nights, evenings and mornings, seasons and cycles. This wasn't random. It wasn't scientific trivia. It was intentional design, a divine structure for how life flourishes. And today we're going to discover how honoring God's rhythm can unlock deeper creativity, peace, and productivity in our own lives. Genesis reveals the fascinating pattern. There was evening and there was morning, the first day. There was evening and there was morning, the second day. See, creation unfolds in cycles, not in one continuous push. And God doesn't rush to finish everything at once. He works and then he rests. He moves and then he pauses. He speaks and then he lets creation respond. This pattern is telling us something important. Creativity is not born from constant force, but from healthy rhythm. The world was designed to move in waves, not straight lines. And today we live in a culture obsessed with hustle, urgency, non stop productivity, endless work, constant pressure. And we're told to always go faster, do more, push harder. But creativity doesn't thrive under the constant pressure, it dries up. Creativity thrives where there is space, rhythm, there's rest and reflection, cycles of intense focus and gentle pause. Just like winter prepares the soil for spring, our creativity needs seasons too. So let's focus on the truth that we often forget. Rest isn't opposite of work. Rest is part of work. Your mind, body, and spirit were created to rest daily, sleep, rest weekly, Sabbath and pause, and rest seasonally, vacation, retreat, and renewal, and rest creatively, stepping back to breathe. When you rest, your brain resets, ideas incubate quietly, and your spirit recharges. Clarity grows, creativity returns. Even God rested, not because he was tired, but to show us that rest completes creation. Without rest, there's no rhythm. Without rhythm, there's no creativity. Each person has a unique creative rhythm, a pattern in which they thrive. Some people are morning creators, late night creators, or burst of energy creators, steady and consistent creators, or seasonal creators. Or there's the spontaneous ones who love just doing creation, creating things on the spur of the moment. Knowing your rhythm helps you avoid guilt and embrace your natural flow. So ask yourself, when do you feel most energized? When do ideas flow easily, and when do we feel most spiritually awake? When does our body feel most rested? And when we are forcing creativity instead of allowing it. Creativity grows where there is self awareness. Your rhythm is not a flaw, it's a design. Genesis shows us the pattern of work. God created for 6 days, but each day had a beginning and an end. Your work needs boundaries too. Healthy creative cycles look like focus, deep work, break, step back, review, adjust, rest, recharge, and return, create again. Not one long push, but a cycle. And this is why people get burnt out. They work in lines, not loops. Your projects and goals grow more powerfully when you follow a rhythm rather than a force. So let's get practical. Here are 3 ways to create healthy rhythms for your spiritual life, work life, and creativity. 1. Establish daily rhythms. These are small, consistent habits. Things like morning prayer or quiet time, reading, stretching or exercise, a dedicated window for creative work, journaling, evening reflection. Daily rhythms don't need to be long, they need to be consistent. And your brain loves patterns. Patterns create peace. Secondly, you got create weekly rhythms. This includes a day of rest or Sabbath, time with family and community, planning for the upcoming week, and time to review goals. Creative time sets aside without distraction. So weekly patterns create stability. They turn chaos into order. And thirdly, there's the honor seasonal rhythms. Life moves in seasons, seasons of growth, seasons of pruning, seasons of learning, and seasons of rest, seasons of launching, and seasons of rebuilding. See, creativity also has seasons, and sometimes you're in the season of inspiration, other times you're in the season of preparation, and sometimes you're planting, and other times you're harvesting. Understanding your season removes frustration. So ask God, what season am I in right now? And then live in agreement with that season. When you embrace rhythms instead of force, creativity increases, stress decreases, clarity grows, burnout fades, and you feel more spiritually aligned, and you produce better work. Your relationships improve, and your energy becomes sustainable. God built rhythm into the universe so life could thrive, not just survive. You too were designed for rhythm. As we close, take a moment to breathe. Think about the rhythms of your life right now. Are you rushing? Are you pushing? Are you trying to force creativity? Are you working without resting? And are you ignoring your season? God's rhythm is gentle but powerful. Evening, morning, work. Rest, plant, grow. Reflect and renew. Hear this truth today. Living in rhythm is living in alignment with your Creator. And creativity doesn't come from pressure, it comes from presence, from pace, from honoring the cycles that God has woven into your life. So take a few minutes to answer, what rhythms are missing in my life right now? Daily, weekly, or seasonal? What part of my creative or spiritual life needs rest? And how can I set one rhythm this week to support my growth? Write freely, let it clarity form. So thank you for joining me on day 5 of the creative power of Genesis in today's world. And tomorrow in day 6, we explore stewardship and responsibility, creating for good. So until then, may your rhythms restore you, may rest renew you, and may the creativity flow in the timing that God designed for you.